A sudden, highly targeted wave of financial theft swept through Furfuri, executed with a level of precision that baffled local authorities. The origin of these extractions traced back to an unassuming local tea vendor. He had recently procured a unique biological asset, a highly specialized avian creature with a specialized capability to locate concealed currency. The vendor's control over the creature ended when a third party recognized the asset's economic potential. The bird was intercepted and stolen, removing it from its original controlled environment. Once unleashed, the creature began extracting funds from key citizens. It intercepted locals like Motu and Patlu mid-transit, stripping them of their cash before they could mount a defense. Furfuri was now contending with a weaponized biological tool, one capable of systematic, localized financial extraction that bypassed all standard security measures. Local law enforcement, led by Inspector Chingam, initiated a bait and ambush protocol. The strategy relied on civilians exposing physical currency in the open to lure the entity into a vulnerable position. The execution failed. The asset possessed agility and reaction speeds that allowed it to acquire the target currency and bypass the ambush entirely. This diagram illustrates Motu and Patlu's secondary containment strategy. They engineered a kinetic trap utilizing a suspended enclosure designed to drop the moment the target entered a designated trigger zone. The engineering was sound, but the tactical premise was flawed. Deploying a static, gravity-based trap against a highly mobile target left a wide margin for evasion. The entity effortlessly dodged the enclosure. The capture failed because the operational capabilities of the target had been significantly underestimated. Tracking the entity's extraction routes eventually exposed the handler, a local named John, who had stolen the asset to automate mass theft. With the handler exposed, Motu and Patlu abandoned complex traps and moved to corner the asset in a direct physical confrontation. The mission hit a critical intelligence gap. The avian asset was not just a trained animal, but a black belt-level martial arts practitioner. The asset initiated a counteroffensive, dismantling the hero's physical attacks with precision strikes that left them battered and tactically paralyzed. Direct physical engagement proved impossible. As long as the asset could maintain its combative focus, it remained untouchable. Following the engagement, Motu was in a critical state. He was suffering from combat trauma combined by an acute caloric deficit that inhibited his ability to process information. To stabilize him, the team introduced a surge of nutrients. As Motu's own energy levels recovered, he began to observe the asset from a new perspective. Motu noted that while the asset was highly disciplined in combat, it remained susceptible to basic biological needs. This flowchart shows the resulting logic. An instinctual drive to feed could be used to bypass the asset's defensive training entirely. Motu and Patlu deployed the strategy immediately. Instead of closing the distance for combat, they flooded the zone with grain, forcing the creature to choose between its training and its hunger. Shifting the battlefield from physical combat to biological exploitation provided a vector to neutralize the adversary without a direct exchange of force. The results were immediate. The creature's martial arts discipline collapsed as it hyperfixated on the grain, ignoring its surroundings to consume the bait. With the bird distracted, the authorities moved in for a rapid, unopposed apprehension of both the asset and its handler. Law enforcement successfully recovered the stolen capital and began redistributing the financial resources back into the Furfuri economy. The mission began with a series of failed kinetic traps and physical assaults, all of which were defeated by the creature's superior speed and training. Ultimately, the asset was neutralized by identifying a requirement it could not ignore. Even a hyper-trained combatant remains subject to its most basic biological requirements.